and there's a lot happening this week. We're not only entering Taurus season, but like there's just a lot of Taurus energy this week. And so you might feel that shift this week as we move into an energy of just slowing down, enjoying beauty, inviting more pleasure into our life, because it's just like last week when I talked about Venus entering Taurus. This week we have 2 more planets entering Taurus. And my cat is totally hi Biscuit. And so basically what that means is overall we're just going to want to slow down over the next few weeks. We're going to want to kind of stop and smell the roses. Look, it's like I talked about last week, we're just overall going to be wanting to look at how do we incorporate more pleasure into our daily routine and our lives. Biscuit, come here. She keeps knocking my phone. So tomorrow, Monday, both Mercury and the Sun will enter Taurus, and so that will Mercury will help shift our communications and how we express ourselves into a more grounded, practical, kind of steady kind of methodology, where we're going to kind of want to pause before we respond to someone. If someone asks us a question, we're likely to kind of not answer right away. We're likely to pause and give ourselves a moment to think and take our time with answering. It's also kind of with decision making, you might find the same with that, where you're going to kind of naturally feel like taking your time a little bit with decision making and find out what works for you and what feels right for you. A lot of it will be about what feels good. I know y'all can't see her, but Biscuit is like right here. Hi Biscuit, you want to come over? Biscuit. Okay, no. And then with the Sun entering Taurus, that's just going to kind of amplify that and echo that even more, where we are going to, again, it's just all the same energy. We're going to feel like, you coming over? Slowing down, and eating good foods, kind of moving our body in a way that feels good. It's really a time about pleasure and what physically feels good to us. Tuesday is the first quarter moon. It's on Monday, late Monday night if you're on the West Coast, but if you're like me and on the East Coast, it's Tuesday, so that's a time to just start taking action towards whatever intention you set at the new moon last week. And so with all this Taurus energy right now, yeah, it's really going to be all about kind of practical, kind of almost logical action steps that will give you a good and solid foundation. Are you coming over here this way now, Biscuit? Biscuit is determined, y'all. I'm so glad you're loving this whole care planner. Anytime I do anything where I am having to talk out loud, it seems like Biscuit, no matter where she is in the house, hears me. She's right there. She has to come over and be right wherever I'm doing anything. So that's why I'm like constantly looking off camera, because Biscuit's here. So yeah, Tuesday is a time to start taking action towards whatever intention you set for the new moon last week. And with all this energy being in Taurus, it's really going to be looking at what foundations, because Taurus is all about having security, feeling like you have to have a good foundation in order to build from, right? And so what can you do to put the foundations in place for whatever that intention was that you set? That's probably a good way to kind of look at it and frame. And also this first quarter moon will be in Leo, and so that's all about shining your light too, and kind of being a leader, being creative, being courageous. And so you can incorporate those themes and those keywords as well into whatever actions you are taking. Wednesday is all quiet, And then on Thursday, Venus will meet up with Uranus. And so that can bring some unexpected surprises or changes in our life, especially around our values or perhaps even pleasure and what we find pleasure in, because Venus just last week moved into Taurus. And so you might find something come up for you that is surprising around what gives you pleasure. It might be kind of like getting reacquainted with something you forgot about, that you're like, oh, I really like doing this. I really enjoy this. And maybe something like that comes up for you on Thursday. And then on Friday, Mars will enter Cancer, and Mars will be in Cancer until, I don't remember the exact date, but it's May sometime. May, see if I can find it really quick. I can't, it's early May, or maybe it's late May. Maybe it's June. I don't know. It's June. And so Mars in Cancer, you can probably hear my toddler, is all about, Mars kind of wants to fight. Mars is our aggression. Mars has energy. Mars wants to do something, and that is like either can manifest in physically being active, or it can manifest in like aggression, wanting to fight, because you just have this energy and you need to get it out somehow. But being in Cancer is all about the emotions and home and family and feeling safe and secure. And so Mars in Cancer can find us feeling a little uncomfortable, where we kind of it's that energy where we're a little uncomfortable, we don't know what to do with it, and so we may find ourselves wanting to pick fights with others because we're uncomfortable. And so the best way, if you find that coming up for you while Mars is in Cancer, is to find an outlet for that uncomfortableness, for that energy that doesn't involve you kind of taking your feelings and throwing them at someone else in order to get rid of them and not feel them. So, maybe you want to move your body more, or journal, or meditate, or, whatever helps you kind of let the emotions move through you, so you're not just kind of throwing them and unloading them onto other people. That can be really helpful when Mars is in Cancer. On Saturday, really early in the morning at 2:42 a.m. Eastern Time, Mercury will meet up with Uranus. And that can be something kind of unexpected or surprising, especially in regards to our communication, or our thought patterns, where we might find like something like unexpected news kind of pop up for us. And then on Sunday, we have 3 kind of major transits happening. Venus will square Saturn, Mercury will square Saturn, and then Mercury and Venus will meet up. They will conjunct. So Sunday is kind of a rougher day, where things are kind of like up and down a little bit, because we have the 2 squares and the conjunction, where we really just might find that communications are wonky on Sunday. There's miscommunications. We're having trouble getting our point across, or having trouble communicating how we feel or what we want to others. With Venus squaring Saturn, it's kind of maybe a feeling of we're just a little on edge, or kind of feel like we're being rubbed the wrong way, where we know what we want, but we can't get it. There's restrictions, there's boundaries, there's something in our way of kind of getting to where we want to go. But then luckily, towards the end of the day, Mercury and Venus meet up, which kind of softens that kind of the rough waters that we had in the morning, and when things are a little bit smoother, where our communications tend to kind of finally go the way we want. And so overall, it's a little bit of an intense week, because we just have a lot of energy shifting. We have, multiple planets changing signs, and also we're setting up. I mean, it doesn't happen for a month and a half, because it's June. I don't remember the exact date. It's June, I want to say early June, early mid-June with the next Saturn-Uranus square, but we're kind of starting to set the stage for that. That'll be the second of the 3 Saturn-Uranus squares that happen this year. We're kind of setting the stage this week for that. We're kind of laying the foundations for that. And so, hi. Where you going? That's my son. What you doing? Yeah, I'm over here. And so that's kind of setting up the stage for that this week. And so, you coming over? Yeah? Do you want this? Okay. And so overall, it's not a bad week if you can, I mean, it's not a bad week at all, but I think the key for this week is to remember to, when you feel that Taurus energy kind of come in, where you feel the urges to kind of slow down a little bit, which is kind of going against the grain in terms of the way a lot of our society is set up, to not resist that, to feel okay, give yourself permission to slow down, give yourself permission to change up your schedule and redo like how you do things in a way that feel more pleasurable for you. I think that's the key for the next few weeks ahead, is allowing yourself to slow down. Do you want to come over? No? Okay, I'm gonna go because he's here. But that's the main point of the week ahead, is giving yourself permission to slow down.